Am I live? I want my HTV. I want it now, and I want it at 5 a.m. in the morning. Oh, maybe I shouldn't completely cover up the chat room. Oh well, I'll do it anyway. I want you guys to watch this, and I want to know what you think. My HTV, Holly Television. Hey Regine, it's great to see you, sweetheart. Good morning, honey. Someone brought this to my attention. So this is a heavy trigger warning. I wanted to show you guys here. This is stuff that we've heard about before and talked about, but a fellow survivor reached out to me, and this website is very concerning to them. And I was taking a look at this website, and I mean, just by the headlines alone on this website, you can tell they're not up to any good. Our new chip might soon outperform a supercomputer. I don't know where to begin on this. Dalai Lama supports. Of course the Dalai Lama supports 2045. He's not of Jesus. He's of every other foul, finite, nasty, filthy, unclean spirit. If you want the truth, that's the truth about this man. Alright, I'm going to play this video for us, if you don't mind. First, I'm going to check my chat room. I'm going to play this video for us. I want to watch it with you guys. But again, trigger warnings, because we're talking about advanced technology here, and when people have survived SRA and a whole bunch of and MK Ultra, this type stuff is very triggering. I want to play this video on
The world is on the verge of global change. The speed of data transmission has increased by multiples of millions. The rate of globally significant events and that of discoveries and crises is growing exponentially. Our civilization is like an uncaptained ship sailing on rough seas with neither chart nor compass, all the while moving faster and faster. The time we have to make the right decisions is shorter and shorter. We are facing the choice to fall into a new dark age, into affliction and degradation, or to find a new model for human development and create not simply a new civilization, but a new mankind. Historic crises show that to break the deadlock, we need technological revolution. It is clear that today's revolution will also require the deepest social transformation. The world's community and leaders should encourage mankind, instead of wasting resources on solving momentary problems. To focus on the technologies of the future: nanotechnology, biotechnology, information technology, cognitive technology, genetics and robotics. Doing so will allow us to find new sources of energy, create fundamentally new architecture and transportation, allow unprecedented developments of human cognitive abilities, refine artificial intelligences and brain-computer interfaces, simulate complex systems, create humanoid robots and cyborgs, and with the help of nanorobots, we may develop manageable matter. find ways to transfer one's personality to an artificial carrier. Yet what we need is not just another technological revolution, but a new civilizational paradigm. We need new philosophy and ideology, new ethics, new culture and new psychology, and even new metaphysics. We must reset our limits, go beyond ourselves, beyond the Earth, and beyond the solar system. This is an adequate response to the challenges of our time. Thus, new reality and future man will arise. Could it happen spontaneously, by itself? Unlikely. Humanity does not have a master plan of its development. It seeks stability. It lives.
Can I start yelling at this video now, or do I wait until the end? I already have 5 different things I want to yell about with this. Are they kidding? Idiots.
Lives in the present and does not plan. It preserves the status quo and tries to escape development. It does not tend to map future centuries and take responsibility for evolution. In consumer society's culture, there is no evolutionary vocabulary and rhetoric. To break the deadlock, the Russia 2045 movement was founded. It is a mega project intended to reach new heights and meanings. We intend to create a new vector for civilization, aimed at constant human development and evolution. As happened with the mega projects of the last century, the nuclear and the space programs, we integrate the latest discoveries and developments from the sciences: physics, energetics, aeronautics, bioengineering, nanotechnology, neurology, cybernetics, cognitive science. May everlasting spiritual ideals and values help us avoid going astray. Our project will give new meanings to the millions of people on Earth, will become a result of their joint creativity, and will lead us out of the impasse. Away from the murder of nature and physical death, forward to the realm of freedom and creativity, to the depths of the ocean and to the stars, to the infinite universe of our inner world. Our forecast for the next 40 years. February 2012. Global Future 2045 Congress is held in Moscow. It is a debate platform for discussion of our civilization's prospects for development. 2012 to 2013, the global economic and social crises are exacerbated. The debates on the global paradigm of future development intensifies. New transhumanist movements and parties emerge. Russia 2045 transforms into World 2045. Simultaneously, the 2045.com international social network for open innovation is expanding. Here, anyone interested may propose a project, take part in working on it, or fund it, or both. In the network, there are scientists, scholars, researchers, financiers, and managers. 2013 to 2014. New centers working on cybernetic technologies for the development of radical life extension rise. The race for immortality starts. 2015.
There are some people that should not have life extension and they should just die so God can sort them out.
To 2020, the Avatar is created. A robotic human copy controlled by thought via brain-computer interface. It becomes as popular as a car. In Russia and in the world appear, in testing mode, several breakthrough projects. Android robots to replace people in manufacturing tasks. Android robot servants for every home. Thought-controlled avatars to provide telepresence in any place of the world and abolish the need for business trips. Flying cars. Thought-driven mobile communications built into the body or sprayed onto the skin. 2020 to 2025, an autonomous system.
Now pay attention because they're talking about what's happening right now.
Providing life support for the brain and allowing it interaction with the environment is created. The brain is transplanted into an Avatar B. With Avatar B, man receives new, expanded life. 2025. The new generation of avatars provides complete transmission of sensations from all 5 sensory robot organs to the operator. 2030 to 2035. Rebrain. The colossal project of brain reverse engineering is implemented. World science comes very close to understanding the principles of consciousness. 2035. The first successful attempt to transfer one's personality to an alternative carrier. The epoch of cybernetic immortality begins. 2040 to 2050. Bodies made of nanorobots that can take any shape arise alongside hologram bodies. 2045 to 2050. Drastic changes in social structure and in scientific and technological development. All the prerequisites for space expansion are established. For the man of the future, war and violence are unacceptable. The main priority of his development is spiritual self-improvement.
But right now, war and death is acceptable. But not later.
A new era dawns. The era of neo-humanity.
Yeah, because you're already not living in a perfect body, so you need to create an avatar for yourself. Because apparently God didn't do it right the first time when he created Adam and Eve. Now we need man to do it for God. Where do you pompous assholes get off? Look at that face. That's not a face I'd ever trust. Or that one. Look at this garbage, guys. This is all the elites, right? They want to live on Earth for eternity. They're trying to take control of this Earth and get rid of you and me. We're actually kind of their food supply. So, literally. This is the elites. This is Rothschilds, Rockefellers, all of them. President Trump couldn't shut this down even if he tried. And he should. So basically, this whole video said, it doesn't matter if you're having a bad day. What matters is their nanobots and their genetic engineering. They want to take your brain and put it into a robot. So if you and your boyfriend have a fight, who cares? Oh, your dog got crushed by a truck? Who cares? That's not important. What's important is the quantum computer. That's important. The technology is important. Your human life is nothing. And this avatar can give it to you all. Because apparently the human body that God gave you isn't good enough. So now you're going to go to the reptilians and ask them how to transplant your brain into a robot so you can live forever and ever with them on the earth. That doesn't sound fun to me. And I hate to tell you this, but what they say will happen in 2045, guys, it has already happened. It is already happening. Like, this website is basically trying to get the little average common man up to speed with the technology that they're screwing around with. They're doing this right now. What was it, back in 2014, 2015? You heard about it a ton, and then you didn't hear anymore. Remember they were going to do a head transplant? Where's OBS? They were going to do a head transplant. Hey, Mike Smith, it's great to see you, Uncle Obvious. I gotta catch up with your comments. I forgot what I was saying. Forgive me, because I switched screens. I'm paying attention and to the chat, and I'm totally forgetting. Oh, Morgellons. There you go, Mike. Isn't that a bunch of nanobots? My stepfather had Morgellons. He got it because he was a carpenter building homes for people to live in. And the building material he used, I guess somehow he had cut his hand on this material, and then all of a sudden he gets Morgellons or something, and these little tiny white nanobots. They look like little tiny pieces of rice. Like if you take rice and you take one of those little rice things and you cut it in half, he'd have all these little white things coming out of his hand. And he would pick and pick and pick. It was just blood and these little white particles coming out. And this went on for years and years and years. Do I serve coffee with this stream? I should. I think at this point I should be serving kamikazes, because this is a lot of information, and it's really hard for a lot of people to deal with this. Where are my notes? Here. Yeah, when I'm smart enough to take notes, I end up doing very well. Eric Karlstrom. Karlstrom. He is a targeted individual expert. I heard him speak on Kevin Bacon and Anthony Patch's show back when Kevin Baker and Anthony Patch, back when they were teamed up together. So this guy Karlstrom talks about pretty much super soldier projects and what they do, and they connect your brain to a quantum computer. Like all your thoughts and feelings and reactions are recorded on a quantum computer. So this technology that website is talking about is already here and being used. We don't have to wait to 2045 to have this technology working for us. It's already working for us, hence the super soldier projects that I was a part of, which many of you were a part of too. They're already doing it. So I really don't know what to tell my friend about this. All I can say to my friend is, let's pray. Let's just take our concerns to God, tell God our concerns, and leave it there. I want to make sure that my friend is emotionally feeling better, of course. I want my friend to know they're not alone. I'm right there with them. I fall to pieces all the time. I fall to pieces daily. It's no big secret. So, what else did I want to say? Jamie, I am glad you are here, sweetheart. I was looking into that website, 2045. I would love to get a hold of Eric Karlstrom somehow. Because the way he explains things and he puts it together really helped with some of my deprogramming. So I don't know how to reach out to him. I don't know even how to find him. I think he's only done a couple of interviews. like him to come on my channel and educate me as to what happened to me and my friends who were a part of these super soldier projects. Is this him, Eric Carlstrom? He's only got 66 subs. Huh. I think I just found him on YouTube. No way. I gotta check it out. Because if that's him, I'd really welcome a conversation with him. Alright, so anyway, getting back to this website. I just woke up. I've been awake for, since 4. Oh, man. And then I realized I don't know where my cell phone is. I don't know where anything is. I'm all disheveled. And I missed a whole bunch of messages. But I'm awake now. It's just nobody else is. Yeah, I feel alone sometimes too, Jamie. You're welcome, Jamie. Yeah, the website got to me. It's hard for people to understand what, like, we've gone through, Jamie. So that's why they are sometimes standoffish or give you cross-eyed looks. They don't understand, and it's hard for them to understand. So, like, I'll be honest, when I go to conferences and stuff like that, I don't talk unless I'm asked to talk. I know that sounds weird, but I don't. I just don't talk. I say hi, how are you? I smile a lot, and I leave it right there. I do that in general anyway. I just don't talk. Unless I'm here on HTV or on one of my other pages, or I just don't talk. I'm comfortable here on my pages talking, but face to face, it's different. Very different for me. Good luck getting me to talk. You'd think it would be the other way around, that I'd have stage fright on YouTube, but instead it's more like I have stage fright in normal life. You know? I'm like a shell-shocked individual, nervous and jittery all the time. I'm kidding. But no, seriously, like in person, I'm not a talker. I joke around, but, like, I'll crack jokes, but the majority of the time, I'm quiet, Jamie. I don't talk. I don't want to. I really don't. Yeah, like shock. Ooh, Mike, thank you for pointing that out. You don't think Eric has a YouTube channel. Alright, well, I'm going to have to find this guy. I'll reach out to Anthony Patch. Again, Kev Baker is always kind to me. Kev Baker gets back to me, like, instantly. He's a sweetheart. I love him. I asked him when I first woke up from MK Ultra programming, I asked him to interview me. I'm glad we haven't done it, because I'm a little bit more put together now than I was 4 years ago. You know what I mean? I lost a whole pack of cigarettes. How does someone lose a whole pack of cigarettes? No, you gotta wait till it's light out, honey. I'm not tripping over the sidewalk and carrying a flashlight right now. Keeps. Give me 20 more minutes and we'll go outside. Okay, honey bunnies? Can you wait 20 minutes, sweetie pie? She's like, if you give me a treat, I can wait. Yep. If I give her a treat, she can wait. Shh. Stop. All right. I haven't thought about this stuff in a very long time, Jamie. I gotta be honest. I haven't. I put it down. I had to put this stuff down because it was getting to the point where my shins were shaking, my knees were knocking, and I had to just stop and put all this stuff down and like completely turn everything around. I'm writing I'm writing Commander a letter, and for the life of me, I just can't get through it. I wish I just lived in the UK. I could show up and supply my clergy card and just get in and visit him. It'd be a whole lot easier to speak to him than it would to write a letter. And I'm a writer, and yet I can't write my commander. Go figure. Anyway, God's telling me to quit. He's hiding my cigarettes on me. Yeah, he's telling me to quit. I did quit, and then my e-cigs broke. I went back to smoking cigarettes, and now I gotta quit cigarettes and go back to vaping because I have since replaced all my vape pens and everything, and I've got juice, and I'm all hooked. I got the hook up, right? I just gotta stick to my vapes. It hasn't worked yet. Make videos. Jamie, can you make videos and upload them to YouTube? Or write. Because you can write, and then you can take all of your writings and post them up on different platforms, and people can read it. I know I'm going to come on my camera for a couple of minutes. I'm smoking a cigarette, and I really don't want you guys to see me because I'm in my night clothes. I have to come on camera because I want to show you something. Hang on. Yeah, see? I don't want to be seen right now. Bedhead, my night clothes and everything else, right? See this? I drew this yesterday afternoon. I had a good time drawing it too. Sorry, my camera's backwards. That's me. This is land. Now, I'm not an artist, okay? Obviously, because you can tell I'm not an artist. I draw stick figures, right? So that's self-evident. I don't want to hear anything about my lack of artistry. So this is land, and this is choppy ocean. This is the horizon. This is clouds, big, heavy, thick clouds and chemtrails. That's lightning. I was trying to draw lightning, and it's hard for me to draw sounds, so I don't know how to draw thunder. But I did my best. I think this well, that's thunder and that's lightning. I gotta put a little right there so that way you know that's thunder and that's lightning. The differences between the zigzags, right? Alright, so this is the sky. That's the moon. I'm getting at something here, Jamie. That's the moon. Right. Now, above that, Abba gave me a dream, not last night, 2 nights ago, because I drew this yesterday. So Abba gave me a dream, and I'm standing on land's edge, and there's this ocean, and it's really choppy waves. And I look up into the sky, and I see the moon, and like these really thick, heavy clouds and chemtrails. And while I'm looking up, I see 2 windows in heaven. Just, where's my camera? I see these 2 windows in. I see these 2 windows in heaven open up. And the windows themselves looked really beautiful. And when I see these 2 windows open up, I'm standing there and I think, Abba, I'm waiting for the asteroids to come flying through these windows and collide into the earth, and for all calamity to break loose. And I'm looking up at these 2 windows and they're wide open too. Wide open. And you can see through to the other side too. And I'm waiting and waiting, and all of a sudden I wake up. So I didn't see anything come through the windows, in or out, either way. But I just saw them open. And then I woke up. I was talking to Uncle Obvious, and I tend to agree with Uncle Obvious that these are portals opening up, and the dream that Heavenly Abba gave to me was showing me what the evil ones are doing in the spirit world. I think Abba was exposing what the filthy, rotten, foul, nasty spirits of the earth are doing with their cohorts. So, Jamie, draw pictures, write it, make videos. That's what I'm encouraging you to do. Okay, you guys don't need to see my bedhead anymore. You're like, Holly, you look the same as you always do. Gee, thanks, guys. You're saying I always look like a mess? Talk to the hand. You also don't need to be seeing me smoke a cigarette. So, Uncle, I just got my cell phone this morning out of my car, so I missed a bunch of messages. I'm going to pack my kratom, and then I'm going to get going. Oh. Wow, Jamie. Wow. I remember when, this one time at band camp, when I was writing my autobiography. Hang on, guys, 1 second. I gotta get my teaspoon. I'm here. Just give me a second. What was I getting? Where did it go? Where can my teaspoon be? Okay. So I remember when I was writing my autobiography. That's not the one I'm looking for. is the one I'm looking for. Ooh, or I could use this one. Which is it? This one's like top shelf kratom, very expensive. I didn't pay for it though. It was a gift. I buy the cheap kratom. Hang on one second. So, I don't want that. I guess I'll just stick to this kind. Alright, so I was writing my autobiography, right? I might put this video on private, depending how far I get in the story. Okay, so I was writing my autobiography, and at the time I was in Townsend, Tennessee, which I hated it there, because apparently you only marry your cousin in Tennessee. Very scary place. Anyway, yep, that's where I lived. Moving on from that. So, I started my autobiography in Bedminster, New Jersey, at my attorney's office. I continued to write it. I had moved to Townsend, Tennessee. Then I was in Germantown, Maryland. I hated it. So anyway, I was determined that since I was so miserable, I was going to make sure to return back to New Jersey, which was the whole game plan to begin with, to return back home to Long Valley, to the farm from whence I came, and I was determined to have something to show for my misery of not being in New Jersey. So I wrote my autobiography. And then people are trying to dictate to me how to write my autobiography. I was like, guys, you're not gonna win on this one. So anyway, I'm in Townsend, Tennessee, and I get to the one part. I'm working on the section of, at that time I was working on the section of my super soldier stories, right? I have the windows open because if I hear a helicopter, I am shutting this down and running under my bed. That's it. With my Bible, cat, and dog. I'm not making light of this. I'm actually very nervous. So I'm sitting there and I'm writing this section of my autobiography about 1992 and 1993. Do you guys know what happened around 1992 and 1993? Even before that, even before that, but we'll just start from there. Serbia, Kosovo, Bosnia. What happened in those countries in 1992 and 1993? I couldn't give details in my autobiography. I started writing about this part of my autobiography in Townsend, Tennessee, and I kid you not, black helicopter came out of nowhere, flew straight over my head and very low, just above the treetops. I marched my ass right back in, and I took out every detail I had written in my autobiography. And that's when I decided that no details, no names, no nothing's going in my autobiography. So let me ask you guys questions. What happened in Serbia, Kosovo, and Bosnia? Was it that the United States of America, UK, and Canada, because they're all, allies, right? Didn't we go in and didn't we start crap in that country? And aren't we the ones that kicked off that massacre that happened? Where brother was slaughtering brother and they were hacking each other to pieces? The stadium was on fire. Don't you guys remember? I remember. I remember walking through that town, and brother had slaughtered brother, dismembered body parts and blood all over the place. House is a disarray and mess like you've got no idea. The stadium being on fire. Didn't they send in us super soldiers? And weren't us super soldiers talking to, like, the military leaders? And weren't we the ones that kicked that off? That massacre didn't need to happen. I remember when it was over with, my orders were to go to a certain place and wait for my Black Ops team to come get me. And I did. And I was there for a couple of days waiting and waiting and waiting. Let me tell you, when my Black Ops team got there, Serbia, Kosovo, Bosnia, 1992, 1993, when I was finally leaving and my Black Ops team got there, oh man, I saw that convoy driving up to me, and I ran out to them, and the head honcho, so to speak, jumped out of the first car, ran over. I got my hug, and I got on the convoy, and they took me back. I remember being on missions where the UN was who flew me from other countries back to the States when missions and assignments were over with. It was the UN to bring us back. I don't want to be on camera anymore. So, having said all that, I can't wait to see Babylon fall. And we all know America is Babylon. We got it coming. Guys, America really has got it coming. The tapping you hear in the background is me packing my kratom pills. Lincoln! Thank you, Uncle Obvious. I appreciate it. Good morning, Lincoln. It's great to see you. How was work? You're like, it sucked, Holly. I stood there and watched everybody not do anything. So, America's done a lot of things wrong. It really, really has. I don't think I should use that one. I'm hungry. I'm broke. I haven't really been eating so hot. Yeah, they let the UN run the show. I'm really hungry, so I don't really have too much to talk about at this point. Now my mind is scattered on missions and assignments I was sent on. Well, that's going to eat at me all day long now. The things that we were to do. You know, another super soldier came to me and they said, Holly, don't you remember Iraq with Saddam Hussein? He was one of our programmers. Don't you remember him, Holly? Don't you remember how we had to shovel the dead bodies of all the other kids into the incinerator? They made us drink bleach so we didn't remember. They drugged us out of our skulls. And then we had to shovel the dead kids into the incinerators to cover up the evidence. You know what? No, I don't remember it, but I do believe you when you tell me that that's what we were doing. Who else was there? So that's Saddam Hussein. Hillary Clinton, that pig. I have a friend who was victimized by Hillary Clinton and has detailed memories of Hillary victimizing her. And for years, you know, I listened to my friend and stuff, and I always had like this nagging feeling about Hillary. Well, over the past year, in 2020, now that I got my own place and I have privacy, independence, and security, stability, just having my own place makes all the difference. It really does. You live under somebody else's roof and they think that gives them permission to have at every aspect of your life. And it's like, no, you don't. So now that I have my own place and privacy and independence, I've been able to come to terms with things. And what I'm saying is when I lived with that Christian family, that was really the wrong place, is definitely what I'm saying. So now that I'm on my own, once again, thank God, I've only been on my own since I was 18. And no, if you want to be a better Christian, no, you don't have to give up everything to go live with a Christian family to be a better Christian. Jesus will make you a better Christian, okay? So don't listen to any of that phooey when people start slinging that garbage at you. That's just them trying to get a foothold into your life because they feel inadequate about their own life and their faith in Jesus. Moving on from that. The new memories I've been dealing with is that, yes, I too am one of Hillary Clinton's victims, is what I'm getting at. And I've been dealing with this entire year of 2020. I'll also put the name Meryl Streep down. I'll also put the name Cher down on that. It's not just the politicians. I mean, come on, guys. Look at Hollywood. Look at all that garbage. Look at all these wealthy people. Even if they're not in Hollywood or the music industry, they've got more money than God. I pray justice is served for them. No, I do not throw my pearls before swine. I do not pray for those who are predators on me. I do not pray for people who have formed a weapon and used a weapon against me. And rape is a weapon. I'm not praying for that. I'm not praying for them to stop making bad decisions, and I'm not going to pray for them to get saved, okay? It is self-evident that Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh lifted his hand, and he is allowing these filthy people to be turned over to the reprobate minds and the deception that they choose over the truth, which is Jesus. I'm not praying for the enemies of Jesus. I am going to bind and cast them down. I hate those like fairy-footed, sugar-coated, powder puff, dead Christianity Christians. No. When I was a kid, Hillary raped me. Hillary raped a whole bunch of other kids. And guess what? Not too long ago, Hillary and her assistant did it again to another child. And you want me to pray for that filth? And if I don't pray for that filth, you're going to tell me I'm not a Christian? Go pound salt. And guess what? Keep pounding. Because as much as you pound your salt, you're never going to get your taste back. But hey, you keep pounding away. Don't let me stop you. I wouldn't want to mess up your rhythm. Seriously. I'm reading your comments, sorry, in the chat room. 2, 4, 6, 7. I need one more capsule. I've got to get food. I'm so hungry. What time is it? 6:09. Okay, I don't hear any black helicopters. I can roll up the windows now. But see, I think there's a difference. I really do think there's a difference. I think there's a difference when you sit down and you write all these details out in a book. And that book is going to forevermore sit there with all of that information and all of those details in that book. I don't think it's a really good idea. But if you want to sit and have a discussion with me, then yeah, we can talk about the details. Yeah, I want justice for Hillary, Bill, Barry, Biden, Harris. I'm praying for justice. I'm praying for Abba to have his wrath, revenge, and anger taken out on his enemies. That's what I'm praying for. Why would you keep... that's what I don't get about Christians. Why do you guys keep praying for these reprobate minds to stop being reprobate and nothing's changing, but you're spending a shitload of time praying that they get better? I don't get it. I don't want to get it. Here, let's sing Kumbaya, stuff flowers in our hair, sway back and forth with each other, and everything will be okay, right? Meanwhile, you have the one true living infinite God and creator at your fingertips, and you're not exercising his power and authority. No, you're exercising your kumbaya crap. I just thought of something to say while I was in the kitchen. What was it, man? Oh, yeah. God's love, God's everywhere. God's kind. God's patient. God is love. God's everywhere. And love is going to conquer everything. Okay, people. If you have a mindset like that, leave my chat room. Please do yourself and myself a favor and leave. Okay? Because you are obviously forgetting some major things about God right here. Number one, He is returning as conqueror, reigning supreme and undefeated. He is returning dressed in His knight's armor, wielding a very sharp sword. He is coming back to throw down. He's got 7 bowls of wrath, right? He's got anger, revenge, and He's coming back and He's pissed. So yeah, God is love and patience and kind. But don't you cut Him short and sell Him short and misrepresent Him. He is strong, authoritative. He is commanding. He is anger, wrath, revenge. You're forgetting. When Jesus walked this earth, He suffered depression, anxiety, panic, and He cried, just like me and just like you. He didn't prance around barefoot handing daisies out to everybody, and He's not going to return to prance around barefoot handing out more daisies. I don't know what kind of God you're looking at, but you better take your goggles off, drop the scales from your eyes and ears, and really read the Bible. What? So you're going to tell me God in the Old Testament told us, go kill the giants, take them out, but He came and died for us, and since His crucifixion, all of a sudden He turned to a pansy foot? So now you just sit around and pray and twiddle your hair? He's still the same God from the Old Testament. Stop misrepresenting Him. Stop it. You're making Him look weak, if you want my honest opinion. And my God, of all the things He is not weak. Wow, Lincoln. And yeah, I want my God to get pissed off when people don't believe in Him and when they trash Him and tread upon Him. I want my God to get pissed off. I don't want a God that's a pussyfoot. Yeah, I said it. More than that, I mean it. My God was crucified. All that pain and suffering He endured. Yeah, I don't think He's going to come back prancing around barefoot handing out daisies on His second return. I think He's going to be a little bit pissed off you guys crucified Him. I think He's going to have His day at at all of our expenses. Why? Because we deserve it. That's why we're supposed to repent. I hate when Christians do that to Jesus. They make Him look like He's weak. And if I don't sugarcoat everything and prance around like Tinkerbell, then I'm not a good Christian. Then I don't love Him. Then I'm not like Him. That I don't have His qualities. I'm not bearing my cross. I'm not walking in His will. Get out of here with that crap. So he can avenge us. Yes. So he can avenge us. So we can be vindicated. He's coming on a swift cloud to do it. Praise be to Abba for Yeshua HaMashiach. I want to see my God in action. I really do. I love him so much. Yudhe Vave, bless you, Turtle Woman, and all your loved ones, and your fur babies if you have animals. In Yeshua's name, I pray he guards you, protects you, shines his face to you, and showers you with his love, and blesses you with spiritual gifts and stored up treasures in heaven. In Yeshua's name, Selah. Hey, it's Lina. I haven't seen you in a while. Avenge. Yeah, he'll avenge us. You know, he's been having to watch a lot of ugly things for all these centuries. I can't imagine he's going to come back and have patience. I'm sure once he conquers evil, and during his 1,000 years of reign, yes, we are going to see a ton of love and compassion and kindness from him. But when he returns, yeah, we're going to see him war with these dark powers and principalities. I want to see it. I don't know. Good morning, Paul. Yeshua blessings. That was the biggest thing I learned about Jesus dying on the cross. And I think it went across the board for all of my altars too. When they say he took everything to the cross. So he took Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach, took to the cross everything that Joseph Mengele did to me. All the electrocutions, all the rapings. So Jesus was there and went through it with me. And he took all of that I went through to the cross. So things that were my fault, when I sinned, when I broke a commandment, when I did something wrong, he took that to the cross too. But he also took to the cross the heinous things that were done to me. He took to the cross everything the predators have done to victims. He took that stuff to the cross too. So like if there was someone like a rapist, he took all of that rapist's stuff to the cross too. His forgiveness is for everyone. He came to redeem us all. From the predator to the victim. So long as we believe him, accept him, and ask him into our lives, and then continue to have an intimate, active relationship with him. You talk to him constantly. Pray to him constantly. Just the way you would a spouse or a child or a best friend. That's the type of relationship you have with God. And at first, I'll be honest, I didn't know how to have a relationship with God. So I would ask the Holy Spirit to put love in my heart for God and for Jesus, and to help me learn about them and to grow me closer, because I wanted to love them. I wanted to be with them. I asked Jesus for forgiveness. I accept him as my Savior. But I was really honest with Heavenly Abba. I said, Yudhe Vave, I don't know how to love Jesus. I don't know how to do any of this. Can you help me? Because I want to love you. I know you. But I need help. So, that's kind of how I started with him. The wimpy whiners, right? The turtle one? I hate the wimpy whiners. Then the crazed madman remains hopeless. Yes, exactly, the turtle woman. He took it all to the cross. That really struck me. So the things that weren't my fault but were done to me, Jesus took that to the cross. So Jesus took to the cross everything bad that Joseph Mengele did to us. Jesus even carried that to the cross. That was really profound for me when I learned that and when it hit home. And it definitely really helped me. I've seen a lot of ugly things and I've done a lot of ugly things, and just to know that he took all of it, every last molecule of it, to the cross with him. Yeah, I don't see Jesus as a weak, whiny, wimpy, sugar-coating twinkle toes. I just don't see it. I hate when Christians act like that because they look fake to me. Oh, every day is Christmas. Oh, Holly, I've got the flu. Oh, Holly, I made chicken for dinner. Oh, Holly, I had to give myself an enema. Oh, Holly, I'm praying for the rapture. Yeah, okay. Stuff like that. Oh, my God. Gag me with a spoon. I don't like, it gets on my nerves. That's fake to me. Jesus didn't act like that. Not every day was Christmas for Jesus. He didn't act like that. I kid you not. Lino. I got my own place now, Lino. I can welcome an open, honest phone call because I can have privacy now. But yeah, oh my God. You know, where it doesn't matter if it's bad, good. It's always followed by a It's like, oh man. Yeah, I just... yeah, you know, people that follow everything with a laugh, it's like, come on, man. Really? I don't know what possessed me to say that, Paul. I haven't said that since I was like a junior, and since I was in high school. Like, gag me with a spoon. I hate that. I'm going to stop now. See what happens at 6:30 in the morning. Right? I gagged me with a spoon. Oh my God. Betty, did you see her? No. How did that go? That was what? Frank Zappa, his daughter, who did that on one of his albums. I understand better why he says, pray for your enemies and do good to them who abuse you. He died for them as well. Yeah. Yeah. I do. I say I don't throw my pearls before swine. I have prayed, but there also comes a time where I'm done praying for people like Joseph Mengele. And now I am focused on the people and praying for the people in my chat room. And I just give my abusers to Heavenly Abba. I'm not going to stay focused in my prayers on them because I feel that is doom. and not where I'm supposed to put my focus. It's done. I've said my prayers. Enough's enough. My focus needs to be on moving forward, looking forward as I push the plow. I want to pray for you guys in my chat room. I want you guys every morning. Oh, geez, Turtle Woman. I just end up getting on YouTube whenever. I used to run like a video a day, 2-3 videos a day. I just hop on whenever. I like running videos in the morning though, because usually gnarly. Oh my gosh. I had a completely different vocabulary when I was in high school as opposed to now. Tubular. That was my favorite. Tubular. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's 6:30 here, 3:30, 4:30. Yeah, God's been waking me up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 4 o'clock, I guess, to pray. But usually on the third time by 4 o'clock, I just stay awake. I've had enough. You know, trying to fall back to sleep, then wake up and... I'm going to have to take my dog for a walk soon. I still can't believe I lost a whole pack of cigarettes. I mean, like, how does that happen? Wow, 12:30. I think that dream I had, Lino, I think that goes to why he's waking us up at these times. Hang on a second. I'll show you, Lino. I put it up on Facebook, but I'll show you real quick. Excuse me. Yes, I'm a cigarette smoker. I'll quit when I quit and not a minute before. I don't want to hear it. Excuse my bedhead. So I had a dream, not last night, the night before, right? So here's the land, here's the choppy ocean, that's the horizon. These are big billowy clouds, it's a really gray sky. And there's 2 windows. Okay, that's the moon. This is lightning and thunder. But as I'm looking in the dream that God gave me, I'm looking up at the sky and all of a sudden these 2 windows open up. And I remember in the dream thinking, Heavenly Abba, where are the asteroids? Are they going to come flying through these windows and collide in the earth? And I remember just waiting, like for calamity to break out. And then I woke up. So I think that might be what's happening is that... Oh, I pray for you too, Paul. I'm really humbled. That's what I think it is, Lino. I think it's the portals. I think that's what these windows are. I don't think that they're windows going up to Heavenly Abba's throne room, is what I'm getting at. I think that what you're saying, they're portals. So I think maybe that's why Abba's waking us up at these hours, is to pray for each other, because with these portals open, I was just talking to someone. I'm not sure if I can repeat it. I think I can. They were talking about these portals and the star people coming through and basically replacing humans. So I pray to close the portals in Jesus' name. I pour the blood of the Lamb on these portals that are open. In Jesus' name, I bind and cast down the dark powers, principalities, and entities going in and out of them in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. More than that, I pray for all the inhabitants of earth, men, women, children, and animals, domestic and wild. I pray that they are not affected by what is happening with these portals opening. I pray to pour the blood of the Lamb on them. I pray for their full armor to be put on. I pray for the Holy Spirit to fill and overflow them with Heavenly Abba's power, strength, and authority. In Yeshua HaMashiach's name, Selah. Yes, Uncle Obvious, I know it was you. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to repeat all that. But if you want to repeat it, you're welcome to. Because you have a great way of explaining it, and I can't. Oh, Paul, I'm glad you're here. I pray for you. Yeah, they're coming here. This is a spiritual war, and we can't win unless we're engaged in it. This is against his creation. Selah, it is against his creation. They're destroying it. Oh, he's gonna be pissed when he gets back. All I know is when he gets back, he's gonna find me occupying a complete wreck, disaster area. But I will be occupying for him, spreading his gospel as best I can. And so that's how he's gonna find me, is on white hot fire for him. But everything else, I was thinking about that too, because I don't, okay, this whole rapture thing triggers me. I put up a bunch of posts on Facebook regarding it, explaining myself. I'm not going to get into it here, because I'm finally calmed down out of it, but it triggers my altars. I can sit here and I can talk to you all day long about the seventh trumpet and the two resurrections. For the way God spoke it and for the way he worded it, we can discuss it just like that. But anything outside of that, it's very triggering. So those are my limitations. I believe that we're going through the Great Tribulation. Okay, so one day, all of a sudden, the Great Tribulation is going to commence. We're going to see the three angels in Revelations fly through the skies, warning us. The two witnesses are going to be on the scene. We're going to see them preach for, 3.5 years, and then be murdered in the streets of Jerusalem and dragged through them. On the third day, God, with a loud voice, will call up the two witnesses to heaven. So we'll be here to see all of that. We'll be here for the trumpets to be blown. You know, asteroids are going to collide into the earth. Judgment is going to come to America. America's going to collapse. It's the Great Tribulation. It'll be worse now than in Noah's flood. And God says that he'll never, that's why we have the rainbow, because he'll never destroy the earth by flood. But what it is going to be destroyed by is coming up next, and that's fire, from my understanding. So I feel that, and if you guys have different opinions, I'm sure you do, but I just want to explain to you. So I feel that we're going through the Great Tribulation. We're going to see the wicked removed from the earth, is what we're going to see. And another thing, the Holy Bible says the meek will inherit the earth. Well, if you're raptured out of here, then you're not going to inherit the earth, because you're not here to inherit it. I'm staying. This is mine. I'm staying. The wicked are leaving. We're throwing them off our rock. That's what's going to happen. I've seen people like rip apart the Holy Bible and say, oh, well, the wheat's going to be raptured, and then next the barley. There's two raptures, Holly. You can see it right here. And meanwhile, I'm reading what they're reading, and I'm like, no. Where's your head at? I know I'm an ex-super soldier. I have an excuse, but you, where is your head at? No. No. He's going to get rid of the tares first. He is getting rid of the wicked. He's going to give us a new earth, a new Jerusalem, but that's at the end. So, with how bad the tribulation is going to be, we pretty much know how ticked off Heavenly Abba is. right? I don't know how I'm lifting your spirit. I'm like doom and gloom. What if Revelation is a speed movie of history from beginning to end, right? I've seen portals open at family cabin. To order with the light ships came through me. Wow. See? The 144,000 were sealed a long time ago. I'd like to hear more. I say they were sealed a long time ago. People are telling me, no, Holly, they're being sealed right now or it's coming up. I'm like, no, I got to be honest. In 2014, Heavenly Abba told me that the 144,000 are sealed, and to boot, they know who they are. That's what Heavenly Abba told me back in 2014. And here we are in 2020, and you're telling me they're just being sealed now? No. They know who they are. If they didn't come and tell you who they are, I don't blame them. I wouldn't tell you either. No. You'd have a bunch of coattail riders on you. And when shit hits the fan, you're going to have a bunch of people clawing on top of you to escape, thinking that somehow because you're one of the 144,000 to be near you, they will be safer. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. I hate the actions, but not the human. If they're hungry, we will feed them. Yes. I want to be there. I'm going to have to remember that. Wait. What's 9 a.m.? So I'd be 10. I think I can. They were sealed already. Yeah. If they're sealed, then they know who they are. They know they've been sealed. Right? Just... I don't know. See, that brings up another question too. You know these the letters in Revelation, the letters that go out to the 7 churches or whatever. Ooh, Ezekiel 9 was a sealing. I'm gonna have to read it and get back to you, the turtle woman. Love you, Jamie. Get home safely. I was supposed to be in D.C. right now, but... it feels like a Band-Aid on your forehead. Right? You can feel it on your forehead. You can feel it when it lights up too. I remember. I remember when it first happened. I was like, Abba, don't you let anybody know this is on my head. It's shining. Dim it. Dim it. Don't let them know. Because if they know, they're going to try to steal my seal, and I don't want them stealing my seal. You keep it right there. Don't let them know it's there, though. It's mine. You're mine. It feels like a Band-Aid on your head. It'd be like finding like the apostle artifacts, right? The apostles would be worshipped and Jesus would be forgotten about. Or like the Gospels of the Apostles. So like the letters that go out to these 7 churches. I read the 7 letters, and honestly, when I read the 7 letters, each letter I was like, Abba, if I'm doing this, if I'm doing that, I repent, I confess, get this out of my soul, get it out of my life, get it out of my being and existence. And with each letter, I went into confession with Heavenly Abba. And each letter, I spoke to him. I did not look at the letters and then go, oh, yeah, I'm just so perfect. I smell like roses. I'm the Church of Philadelphia. Okay, I know we all have different perspectives, but who told you that you're the Church of Philadelphia when right off the bat you believe in false doctrine? So again, let me ask you, who told you that you're the Church of Philadelphia? Meanwhile, you're praying for false doctrine to come true. No, you're not the Church of Philadelphia. I hate to say it. What you need to do is read through those 7 letters and talk about them with Heavenly Abba and make sure that you are not doing anything you're not supposed to be doing. And if you are doing it, stop it. Now, I'm not a scholar. I don't claim to be. But that's how those 7 letters strike me. It's more like, what are you going to take away from those 7 letters when you read them? I never once read those 7 letters and thought to myself, oh, I'm just so gosh darn perfect that I'm like the best church out of the 7. And what, because you live in Maryland, means that you're close to Philadelphia, so you are the Church of Philadelphia? Are you... Dink, 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 dink. Is anybody home? Whatever. The Lord said to the angels, and set a mark on the foreheads of those who cry against abominations. Turtle woman, yes. Because I cry against abominations. We all do. Yes. There were also many sent to protect the 144,000 warriors. You keep touching it like, what is that? Yeah. I remember, though, it had to have been for like the first good year. I really thought that somebody could steal my seal. I remember when the trolls stole my profile picture. Oh my God. You talk about being upset, and like, they stole my profile picture, right? And then they take it, they open up a new profile to troll me and mock me, and they put 3 crosses on my forehead. So they totally fudge my profile picture, right? Create a whole new internet profile, whatever, to mock at me and scoff at me. I threw such a fit. I was like, you sons of beep, beep, beep. You stole my seal? You're going to answer to Abba for stealing my seal. How dare you take apart my profile picture and do that? You're not sealed. God didn't give you a seal, so now you're trying to steal mine and mock mine because you don't got one? Well, that's what you did with your free will. It's not what I did with mine, obviously. They took down the profile. They deleted the picture. They took down the profile. They got the point. That was the only time the trolls ever were like, oh, yeah, maybe we did cross a line. They crossed a really big line when they did that. That got me. Yeah, no, I didn't repent for all those beeps that I said. I didn't. They had it coming. I'm not going to let them beat up on God, who is working on the inside of me. If I let them beat up on me, I'm letting them beat up on God, who is on the inside of me. I'm not going to always just keep turning a cheek, keep turning a cheek. Are you kidding? No, enough's enough. You're wrong. Correct yourself. Just because you want to stay in the wrong does not mean I have to keep turning the other cheek. No. Time to be lions. Yeah, time to be lions. Take authority. That's why Abba gives us his authority. I don't know, maybe I got it all wrong. I just see things differently. You know, I wasn't raised in a church. I wasn't indoctrinated in a church. Although where I was in a deep underground military base where all they did was corrupt the Bible, where I was told that the programmers would come in dressed up as Jesus and rape us kids. You know, they had Messiah programming. So we met the fake Jesus that they made. So I guess it was easier for me to find the real Yeshua because I was exposed to all that darkness for all those years. Sit back on God. God never asked you to turn the cheek. Thank you. No, but other people say, turn the cheek, turn the cheek. And I come from an occult background from a child. Oh, wow, the turtle woman. I'm sorry for what you suffered. I don't know. Right, keep turning the other cheek, because if you keep turning the other cheek, then you're not doing anything about it, which means they get to walk all over you and keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And then you have what we have today, a rogue, tyrannical government. Why? Because everybody's turning the cheek. They're not standing there going, wait a minute, you're wrong. Go correct yourself, or you don't belong in the White House. Yeah, I think so too, Turtle Woman. Joshua turned the tables. He's the captain of the ship. I love that. God said Satan made it illegal. Move on with our nation. Now it's time to set things right. Yeah. Boy, I look really kind of, ugh. Do you mind if I go back off camera? Forgive me, I'm feeling a little self-conscious. Okay. Pressure's off. Yeah, you have a dilemma of always seeing others around you don't. Right? Thanks. I could remove Nightbot as moderator. I'll just reprogram him eventually. Oh. I need like 2 weeks where the first week I can just sit around and do nothing and just sleep, right? No responsibility. And then the second week, I need the second week. So that way, once I'm rested, I can get up and do all the stuff that I need to do. Nor fear, no. I can't believe that the churches are still closed down. Do you know the churches by me are still closed? They could have opened. Does anybody know if there's like any churches that open since this COVID, whatever? Well, on that note, everyone, I'm going to get going because I know I have to take my dog out for a walk. And now that it's daylight, I can see where I'm going. I won't be tripping over things. Heavenly Abba, I come before you and I want to say thank you so much for this time that I got to hang out with these wonderful people who I love. Thank you for bringing us all together. We worship you. We love you. We want you. We need you. You are our everything. Yud Hey Vav Hey, bless Yud Hey Vav Hey. Yud Hey Vav Hey, bless Yeshua HaMashiach. Yud Hey Vav Hey, bless Holy Spirit. Yud Hey Vav Hey, please bless everyone in my chat room and all their loved ones and their fur babies. In Yeshua's name. I hope that everyone has a wonderful weekend. And I'll probably be back later. I won't be around Sunday, but I'm not sure when I'll run another video, but it'll be very soon. You can trust that. I love you guys so much, and thanks for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And thank you so much, Heavenly Abba. Thank you for being you and for creating us. We love you. All right, guys. I love you too, and I'll see you later. Have a beautiful